In the heart of ancient Iberia, around the 3rd century BCE, a new weapon began to take shape. The gladius, a short sword with a broad blade, emerged from the hands of skilled craftsmen. Its design was inspired by the weapons of the Celts, yet it was refined to suit the needs of a disciplined army. This weapon would soon become synonymous with the might of Rome, transforming ordinary men into formidable soldiers. The gladius was more than just a weapon. It was a symbol of Roman ingenuity and military prowess. Measuring around 2 feet in length, its double-edged blade allowed for both slashing and thrusting. The hilt was designed for a secure grip, enabling soldiers to wield it with precision in the heat of battle. As legions marched across the known world, the gladius became an extension of the soldier's will, embodying the very spirit of Rome. As Rome expanded its territories, the gladius became a key factor in the success of its armies. Soldiers trained rigorously in the art of combat, mastering the techniques of close-quarter fighting. The gladius allowed them to strike swiftly and decisively, turning the tide of battles. From the plains of Gaul to the sands of North Africa, the gladius forged a reputation that would echo through the ages, instilling fear in the hearts of enemies. The gladius was not merely a tool of war, it was a catalyst for the Roman way of life. As soldiers returned home, they brought with them the discipline and organization learned on the battlefield. The gladius represented a shift from chaotic tribal warfare to a structured military system. This transformation allowed Rome to maintain control over vast territories, as the weapon became a symbol of order and authority in a world often defined by chaos. In the hands of the Roman soldier, the gladius became an instrument of conquest. It was in the brutal arenas of the empire that the weapon found a new purpose, as gladiators wielded it for sport and spectacle. The gladius, once a tool of war, now entertained the masses, showcasing the skill and bravery of those who fought. This duality further entrenched the weapon in the cultural fabric of Rome, elevating its status beyond mere functionality. As the centuries progressed, the gladius evolved alongside the Roman military. Variants emerged, each designed to meet the changing demands of warfare. Despite these adaptations, the essence of the gladius remained unchanged, a testament to the craftsmanship that had first given it life. Its legacy endured, influencing the design of swords in subsequent cultures, as the principles of effective weaponry were passed down through generations of artisans and warriors. The gladius not only shaped the battlefield, but also the identity of the Roman soldier. Known as the legionary, these men were more than fighters. They were citizens of Rome, bound by duty and honor. The gladius became a symbol of their commitment to the empire, representing the ideals of loyalty, discipline, and sacrifice. With each thrust and parry, they embodied the very principles that allowed Rome to thrive amidst its rivals. As the Roman Empire reached its zenith, the gladius stood as a testament to the power of craftsmanship and invention. It was a weapon that not only conquered lands, but also forged a cohesive identity among diverse peoples. The gladius became a unifying force, linking soldiers from distant provinces to the heart of Rome. This shared experience of training and combat fostered a sense of belonging that transcended regional differences. Even as the empire waned, the legacy of the gladius persisted. It inspired future generations of warriors and craftsmen, influencing the design of swords across Europe and beyond. The gladius remains a symbol of the transformative power of weaponry, illustrating how craftsmanship and invention can elevate ordinary men into soldiers of legend. Its story is a reminder that the tools of war can shape not just empires, but the very course of history itself. In the early 15th century, the longbow emerged as a revolutionary weapon, crafted from yew wood and reaching lengths of 6 feet. This remarkable design allowed archers to draw back their arrows with incredible force, launching projectiles over 200 yards. As kingdoms faced the realities of warfare, the longbow became a symbol of power, transforming the common archer into a formidable force on the battlefield, capable of piercing armor and reshaping the dynamics of combat. The English longbowmen, trained from childhood, developed extraordinary strength and precision. They practiced relentlessly, honing their skills to unleash a volley of arrows that could rain down upon enemy ranks. Their training was rigorous, demanding years of dedication. This relentless preparation created a new breed of soldier, one who could turn the tide of battle with a single well-aimed shot, shifting the balance of power in medieval warfare. The pivotal moment for the longbow came during the Battle of Agincourt in 1415. Facing overwhelming odds against the French cavalry, the English forces, led by King Henry Fourth, relied on their longbowmen to defend their position. As the French advanced, the English archers unleashed a storm of arrows, creating chaos and confusion among their opponents. The sheer volume of firepower showcased the longbow's devastating effectiveness, forever altering the landscape of battle. As the arrows rained down, the French knights, heavily armored and proud, found themselves vulnerable. The longbow's reach and accuracy allowed English archers to target not just the soldiers but also the horses, crippling the cavalry charge. The battlefield became a scene of unprecedented destruction, illustrating how a simple weapon could challenge centuries of chivalric warfare and the dominance of armored knights. The aftermath of Agincourt revealed the longbow's profound impact. The English victory, achieved against the odds, was not merely a triumph of numbers, but a testament to the effectiveness of this weapon. The longbowmen earned their place in military history, proving that skill and innovation could outmatch traditional might. This battle marked the beginning of a new era, where the longbow redefined the role of infantry in warfare. In the years following Agincourt, the longbow became synonymous with English military prowess. Its influence spread across Europe, inspiring armies to adopt similar tactics. The weapon's design and the training regimen of archers became a blueprint for future conflicts, emphasizing the importance of ranged combat. The longbowmen, once seen as mere foot soldiers, were now recognized as essential components of military strategy, forever changing the nature of warfare. The legacy of the longbow extended beyond the battlefield. It fostered a sense of national identity and pride among the English, who celebrated their archers as heroes. This newfound respect for the common soldier marked a shift in societal views, as craftsmanship and skill began to eclipse the traditional nobility of knights. The longbowmen became symbols of resilience, embodying the spirit of a nation that had triumphed against formidable odds. As the medieval era progressed, the longbow continued to evolve. Innovations in design and materials allowed for greater range and accuracy. The weapon's adaptability ensured its relevance in various conflicts, from the Wars of the Roses to the 100 Years' War. The longbow's enduring presence in military history serves as a reminder of how craftsmanship and invention can transform ordinary individuals into extraordinary soldiers, capable of changing the course of history. Today, the longbow stands as a testament to the ingenuity of medieval craftsmanship. It represents a pivotal shift in warfare, where the skill of the individual could rival the strength of the elite. As we reflect on its legacy, we recognize that the longbow not only changed the tactics of battle, but also redefined the very essence of what it meant to be a soldier, laying the groundwork for modern military strategy and the valor of the common man. Emerging from the shadows of ancient warfare, the crossbow revolutionized the battlefield in the 5th century BCE. With its simple yet ingenious design, it transformed the act of killing from a privilege of the elite to a tool accessible to the common soldier. Unlike traditional bows, which required years of training, the crossbow could be wielded effectively with minimal skill, allowing ordinary men to stand shoulder to shoulder with seasoned warriors. As the crossbow gained prominence, it became a symbol of shifting power dynamics. Feudal lords, once reliant on heavily armored knights, now found themselves challenged by peasant armies armed with this deadly innovation. The crossbow leveled the playing field, enabling those of lower social standing to wield lethal force, thereby reshaping the very fabric of medieval society and warfare. The crossbow's design featured a horizontal bow mounted on a stock, allowing for greater accuracy and power. Its mechanism, often a winding device, enabled the user to draw back the string with ease, launching bolts with devastating speed. This newfound efficiency not only increased lethality, but also instilled a sense of confidence among soldiers who had previously relied on their physical prowess to survive. In the hands of skilled craftsmen, the crossbow evolved into a work of art. Intricate designs adorned its stock, while advancements in materials led to greater durability. These artisans not only produced weapons, but also contributed to the burgeoning economy of warfare, as demand for crossbows surged. Their craftsmanship became a vital element in the arms race of the medieval period, reflecting the intricate relationship between technology and society. The crossbow's impact was felt far beyond the battlefield. It became a tool of fortification, used in sieges to breach castle walls and defend against attackers. As armies adapted their strategies, the crossbow shifted the focus of warfare from sheer brute strength to calculated tactics. Commanders learned to integrate this weapon into their plans, recognizing its potential to change the tide of conflict with a single shot. Despite its advantages, the crossbow was not without controversy. Its ease of use raised ethical questions about the nature of warfare. Critics argued that it diminished the honor of combat, allowing untrained men to kill from a distance without facing their opponents. This debate echoed through the ages, as the crossbow became a focal point in discussions about the morality of warfare and the evolving role of the soldier. As the centuries passed, the crossbow continued to evolve, influencing military tactics across Europe and Asia. It was instrumental in notable conflicts, from the 100 Years' War to battles in the Byzantine Empire. Each bolt released not only represented a physical threat, but also signified the shifting tides of power, as armies adapted and evolved in response to this formidable weapon. The legacy of the crossbow extends beyond its immediate impact on warfare. It laid the groundwork for future innovations in ranged weaponry, paving the way for firearms that would eventually dominate the battlefield. As technology advanced, the principles of the crossbow influenced the design of guns, demonstrating how a single invention can reverberate through history, altering the course of human conflict. Today, the crossbow stands as a testament to the ingenuity of its creators and the transformative power of craftsmanship. It democratized killing power, allowing ordinary individuals to shape the fate of nations. As we reflect on its history, we recognize how the crossbow not only changed the nature of warfare, but also redefined the very essence of what it meant to be a soldier in an age of steel and honor. In the early 14th century, the landscape of warfare began to shift dramatically. The introduction of gunpowder, a potent mixture of saltpeter, sulfur, and charcoal, heralded a new era. This explosive compound, once used for fireworks, became the catalyst for a revolutionary weapon, the cannon. Crafted from wrought iron and bronze, these early cannons transformed the battlefield, marking the transition from traditional siege warfare to a new age of artillery. As the first cannons thundered to life, they unleashed a force that would soon render the towering stone walls of castles obsolete. No longer could fortified structures provide the invulnerable protection they once did. The cannon's ability to breach these defenses with devastating efficiency changed the dynamics of power, allowing armies to lay siege with unprecedented speed and ferocity. The very essence of warfare was being redefined, as castles crumbled under the weight of cannon fire. The first notable use of cannons in battle came during the 100 Years' War, where English forces employed them against the French. The cannon's roar echoed across the fields, instilling fear in the hearts of defenders. With each blast, the once mighty castles, symbols of nobility and strength, began to fall. The psychological impact of this new weapon was profound, as it shifted the balance of power from the elite knights to the common soldiers wielding these formidable machines. By the late 15th century, the cannon had evolved into a more sophisticated weapon. Innovations in metallurgy allowed for larger and more powerful artillery pieces. The introduction of the cannonball, a solid projectile designed to maximize damage, made these weapons even more lethal. Armies began to recognize that the key to victory lay not just in the valor of individual warriors, but in the strategic deployment of this new technology on the battlefield. As cannons became integral to military strategy, they also influenced the design of fortifications. Castles were redesigned with lower walls and angled bastions, aiming to withstand the onslaught of cannon fire. Yet the very act of fortifying against cannons highlighted their dominance. The once impenetrable strongholds were now vulnerable, and the age of chivalry began to yield to the age of gunpowder and steel, where the might of armies was measured by their artillery. The legacy of the cannon extended beyond the battlefield. It symbolized a shift in societal structures, as the power of the nobility waned in the face of this new technology. The rise of centralized armies, funded by monarchies and states, diminished the influence of feudal lords. Soldiers, once mere followers of knights, became skilled operators of cannons, marking a transformation in the role of the common man in warfare and society. By the 16th century, the cannon had firmly established itself as a cornerstone of military might across Europe. The Spanish Armada, the Ottoman Empire, and various Italian city-states all embraced this powerful weapon. The cannon's versatility allowed it to be used in naval warfare, further extending its reach. As battles raged on land and sea, the cannon became synonymous with conquest, shaping the destinies of nations and altering the course of history. The impact of the cannon was felt far beyond military engagements. It influenced politics, economics, and even culture. The need for gunpowder and cannons spurred advancements in chemistry and engineering, laying the groundwork for the Industrial Revolution. As societies adapted to this new reality, the cannon became a symbol of power and progress, a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of dominance in an ever-evolving world. Today, the cannon stands as a relic of a transformative era, a reminder of how craftsmanship and invention reshaped the nature of warfare. The echoes of its thunder still resonate in the annals of history, marking the end of an age defined by castles and knights. The cannon not only changed the battlefield, but also redefined the very fabric of society, paving the way for a new world where the soldier, equipped with steel and gunpowder, became the true harbinger of change. In the 13th century, Japan faced a new era of warfare, marked by the Mongol invasions. As samurai prepared for battle, they sought a weapon that could embody their honor and skill. The katana emerged from this crucible, a blade forged with precision and artistry, reflecting centuries of tradition. It was not merely a weapon, it was a symbol of the samurai's soul, designed to cut through armor and spirit alike. Crafted from high-carbon steel, the katana's creation was a meticulous process, requiring the expertise of master smiths. They would fold the metal repeatedly, a technique that not only enhanced its strength, but also created a beautiful, undulating pattern along the blade. Each katana was unique, a testament to the skill and dedication of its creator, embodying the philosophy that the weapon was an extension of the warrior's will and spirit. The katana's design featured a curved blade, allowing for swift, fluid movements in combat. This curvature enabled the samurai to draw and strike in one seamless motion, a technique known as nukitsuke. In the heat of battle, the katana became an extension of the warrior's body, facilitating a dance of death that showcased both artistry and lethality. It transformed the samurai from mere fighters into disciplined soldiers, embodying the principles of Bushido. As the centuries progressed, the katana became more than just a weapon. It was a cultural icon. It adorned the waist of every samurai, a constant reminder of their duty and honor. The blade was often passed down through generations, each katana carrying the legacy of its previous owners. This connection to ancestry deepened the bond between the warrior and their weapon, making each katana a vessel of history and tradition. During the Edo period, the katana's significance evolved further. With the rise of peace under the Tokugawa shogunate, the samurai's role shifted from warriors to bureaucrats. Yet the katana remained a symbol of status and identity. It was during this time that the art of swordsmanship flourished, with schools dedicated to the mastery of the katana, ensuring that the techniques and philosophies surrounding it would endure through the ages. The katana's legacy transcended its physical form, influencing art, literature, and philosophy. It became a subject of reverence in Japanese culture, celebrated in poetry and paintings. The blade's beauty and craftsmanship inspired countless artisans who sought to capture its essence in various forms, from intricate tsuba handguards to ornate scabbards, further embedding the katana into the fabric of Japanese identity. In the modern era, the katana continues to captivate the world. It is revered not only as a weapon, but as a masterpiece of craftsmanship. Martial artists and historians alike study its techniques and history, ensuring that the spirit of the samurai lives on. The katana stands as a testament to the evolution of warfare, craftsmanship, and the enduring legacy of honor that defines the samurai ethos. As we reflect on the katana's journey, we recognize its role in transforming warriors into soldiers. It was through the mastery of this blade that the samurai forged their identity, blending skill with honor. The katana is more than a weapon. It is a symbol of resilience, artistry, and the unyielding spirit of a culture that continues to inspire generations. In every swing, the echoes of history resonate, reminding us of the profound impact of craftsmanship on the art of war. In the late Middle Ages, as the age of chivalry began to wane, the pike emerged as a revolutionary weapon. This long, spear-like pole, often exceeding 10 feet in length, allowed infantry to counter the heavily armored knights who had dominated the battlefield for centuries. With its reach and versatility, the pike transformed the dynamics of warfare, enabling common soldiers to stand firm against the once unassailable cavalry. Crafted with precision, the pike was not merely a weapon, but a symbol of the evolving nature of combat. Blacksmiths and craftsmen honed their skills, creating pikes that were both durable and deadly. The weapon's design allowed for mass formations, where disciplined infantry could present a wall of sharpened steel, instilling fear in their mounted adversaries. This shift marked a pivotal moment in military history, as the balance of power began to tilt away from the elite. As armies adopted the pike, formations like the pike square became a common sight on the battlefield. Soldiers stood shoulder to shoulder, their pikes thrust forward, creating an impenetrable barrier. This collective approach not only enhanced their defensive capabilities, but also fostered a sense of unity among the ranks. The pike transformed soldiers into a cohesive fighting force, marking the transition from individual valor to collective strategy. The pike's influence extended beyond mere battlefield tactics. It reshaped the very fabric of society. As infantry gained prominence, the social hierarchy began to shift. Common men, once relegated to the sidelines of warfare, found themselves wielding power through their newfound military significance. The pike became a tool of both defense and rebellion, empowering the lower classes and challenging the long-standing feudal order. In the hands of skilled commanders, the pike proved devastatingly effective against cavalry charges. Notable battles, such as the Battle of Bannockburn in 1314, showcased the pike's ability to thwart even the most formidable knights. As infantry formations evolved, armies learned to coordinate their movements, maximizing the pike's potential and ensuring that the age of steel was firmly in the hands of the common soldier. The legacy of the pike endured well into the Renaissance as military innovations continued to evolve. While firearms began to emerge, the principles established by pike formations laid the groundwork for future infantry tactics. The pike's adaptability allowed it to coexist with new technologies, proving that craftsmanship and invention could harmonize, creating a new era of warfare where the soldier's role was forever changed. As the pike faded from the battlefield, its impact remained indelible. It served as a reminder of the transformative power of technology in warfare. The shift from knight to infantry dominance was not merely a change in weaponry, but a profound evolution in military thought and organization. The pike had redefined what it meant to be a soldier, emphasizing discipline, unity, and the strength of the collective over individual heroics. Today, the pike stands as a testament to the ingenuity of those who wielded it. Its legacy is felt in modern military strategies, where teamwork and coordination continue to play crucial roles. The craftsmanship that birthed the pike symbolizes a pivotal moment in history, where the fusion of invention and the spirit of the common soldier reshaped the landscape of warfare, forever altering the course of human conflict. In the early 16th century, the musket emerged as a revolutionary weapon, transforming the landscape of warfare. Crafted from iron and wood, this firearm combined the explosive power of gunpowder with the precision of rifled barrels. Its design marked a departure from the cumbersome hand cannons of the past, allowing soldiers to wield a weapon that was both deadly and manageable. As armies began to adopt this innovation, the age of steel and honor was irrevocably altered. The musket's introduction heralded the rise of gunpowder armies, where discipline and training became paramount. Soldiers, once mere warriors, transformed into organized units, drilled to fire in unison. The sound of muskets discharging became a harbinger of change on the battlefield, as ranks of soldiers stood shoulder to shoulder, their collective firepower reshaping tactics and strategies. The musket was not just a weapon, it was a symbol of a new era in military history. As the musket evolved, so too did the skills of the craftsmen who produced them. Artisans honed their techniques, creating weapons that were not only functional, but also beautifully crafted. These skilled smiths understood the delicate balance between weight and power, ensuring that each musket was a masterpiece of engineering. This craftsmanship fostered a sense of pride among soldiers, who recognized the artistry behind their instruments of war, further solidifying the bond between man and weapon. The musket's impact extended beyond the battlefield. It influenced the very fabric of society. As military conflicts escalated, the demand for muskets surged, leading to the establishment of arms factories. These facilities became hubs of innovation, where new techniques and designs emerged. The musket not only equipped armies but also catalyzed economic growth, creating jobs and fostering a culture of craftsmanship that would endure for generations. With the musket in hand, soldiers found a newfound sense of agency. No longer reliant solely on physical strength or noble lineage, common men could now wield power through their weaponry. This democratization of warfare shifted social hierarchies, as the battlefield became a place where valor and skill could elevate the lowly to positions of honor. The musket redefined what it meant to be a soldier, blurring the lines between class and privilege. As the musket became the weapon of choice in conflicts across Europe and beyond, its legacy was cemented in the annals of history. From the 30 Years' War to the American Revolution, muskets played a pivotal role in shaping nations and ideologies. The weapon's ability to deliver deadly force from a distance changed the dynamics of combat, forcing generals to rethink tactics and strategies, and paving the way for modern warfare. The musket's influence persisted long after its initial use. As technology advanced, it laid the groundwork for future firearms, evolving into more sophisticated weapons. Yet its essence remained, an embodiment of craftsmanship and the human spirit. The musket represented not just a tool of destruction, but a symbol of the soldier's journey from individual warrior to disciplined fighter, forever altering the course of history. Today, the musket stands as a testament to the ingenuity of its time. Museums showcase these relics, reminding us of an era when craftsmanship and invention converged to redefine warfare. The musket's legacy is not merely in its firepower, but in its role as a catalyst for change, transforming warriors into soldiers and shaping the very nature of conflict. It serves as a reminder that the evolution of weaponry is intricately linked to the evolution of society itself.